Hello and welcome to the show. Dear God, this thing has taken ages to record this video. We've done like 5, 6, I don't even know.
More
how
than
many
that, I think this is the 7th, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, everything went wrong, internet's broken, but we are here. And it might be a little bit late uploading this as well. Sorry about that because of internet problems. Anyway, yes, we are here with some setup challenges. Yes, it is plural. We'll get to that in a minute. With some Renault Clios with a fantastic wing. It's your favourite wing, isn't it, Daniel?
No, I hate Forza 5. If you are watching this, which you're probably not, please fix this, because this is what I just hate about this is what the one thing I hate about Forza. It's the wings. Please fix it, please.
We know that these wings do exist. Some idiots put them on their cars, but for a racing wing, I don't think that's what you would use. Anyway, these cars come from a random impaler, and the first setup challenge is a hot lap challenge. We have to get around Silverstone International in under 1 minute 30 within 8 laps. Daniel managed to stall off the start line. That's a great start.
Yep.
Why is it whenever we do these when we're hot lapping, you stall? When we're racing, you don't stall. That would be a useful advantage for me around here. But yeah, it's a hot lap challenge around Silverstone. I'm not hugely confident, I'm going to be honest, and I've already had a spin.
Well, you're clearly not confident because you crashed.
We may have had a little bit of a crash. Now, these cars are S-Class. They have about 400 horsepower, weigh about 2,700 pounds, rear-wheel drive converted. They are still essentially a hatchback, and that makes them interesting to drive. If you've driven Forza with simulation steering, or even if you haven't, basically, if you go sideways and you try and correct yourself, you can overcorrect. It's why, Daniel, you end up doing quite a lot of tank slappers in videos, is when you're overcorrected and you end up sort of flinging back the other way, and you will keep doing that until either you spin or until you've basically slowed down and braked enough
until you hit a wall.
Or until you hit a wall. That stops you as well. With these cars, you don't really get this tank slapper thing. You sort of go to correct, you overcorrect it, and then you spin. It's an incredibly twitchy car. It is an interesting thing to drive.
Compared to R1 cars, I think R1 cars with simulation steering are twitchy, but these are much twitchier. We're not racing here, by the way. No, we're not racing at all.
We're honestly going for fastest lap. We're not racing at all. These things are insanely twitchy. Maybe the smart car that I drifted a couple of months ago, that might be a little bit twitchy because that is tiny. But yeah, these things are ridiculous. I am not sure if it is like a deliberate setup design on these things that make them do that, or whether it was just coincidence that it happens. So yeah, you are having to be careful. You have to drive these things sort of slightly differently. They weren't the silly sort of skiddy cars we've had. You could actually put power down, you could actually kind of drive somewhere, but yeah, they were. It was the
twitchiness that it caught both of us out, because we thought, we thought it's a normal challenge, we'll just do 8 laps and beat this time, that's it. But then obviously when we realised it was twitchy, we had to both change our driving style a hell of a lot to cope with it.
There wasn't any more spectacular spins, but yeah, it does catch you out. I got overtaken, which is not a surprise, I'm going to be honest, at a Silverstone. But yeah, we're sort of about halfway in. Now, I will point out that the cars are running cosmetic damage. We didn't put the damage on because we didn't know what to expect. We only ever run cosmetic damage in these because you never know quite what we're going to get. Again, we're not racing here. There's absolutely no
racing
racing
here. Alex has done very big special effects, so he's put them together.
Oh yeah, I've merged the replay so it looks like we're close on the track when we're not. No, we're running on cosmetic damage because normally in setup challenges we could get absolutely anything. We could get jelly cars, we could get all sorts of skiddy cars, and in which case we can sometimes end up damaging them. And to sort of make things fair, especially with cars that roll over very easily, we don't want them to be damaged and broken in the first lap. So we're running cosmetic damage, which is why we can still go fast with these cars even though they're missing bits of them.
And we can hit each other like that and nothing happens. So.
Yeah. So yeah, things were going okay with this challenge. We'd of course end up racing. Give us 2 cars and we end up racing them, even if you say to do a hot lap.
Yeah.
Eventually, I was sensible and decided to back off and leave some space so we could do some sort of hot laps.
This was what, 3 laps left?
I think we had about 3 laps to go when we gave up racing them. Which it makes a change for
probably
us being sensible. Yeah, it's
yeah. Well, I wasn't. I kept going. You were the one that actually backed off.
Well, yeah. To be fair, we
would have kept racing finally.
Yeah, if I had been the sensible one, we would have just raced till the end. So this was an interesting challenge, I have to say. It was different. We like different. We like doing challenges that are slightly different. It wasn't sort of skiddy. You could drive the cars. They weren't sort of ridiculously insane things that you couldn't put any power down in. They were S-Class rear-wheel drive hatchbacks. They are not the easiest thing in the world to drive. They did have some understeer as well. It was a weird thing trying to keep control.
It was through bridge. Through bridge was the real problem with the understeer. Every other corner it was alright, you could control it, but through bridge, for some reason, whatever it was, the car's just understeered. And like you saw on the first lap, Alex turned the corner and it just started gradually pushing wide. That's where he went off, and it's I don't know, it was just that corner. But
there is. You have to sort of change your driving style with these cars. It wasn't like it was like a major change of driving style. I'd have to rethink how to drive a car, but it was sort of a more subtle change. And this is the final lap. In fact, we both incidentally did our fastest laps on the final lap when we weren't racing each other and getting in each other's way. My car had suffered a bit of damage. It can be said,
just a little,
few scrapes on it. It won't be come back in perfect condition. But there we go, that is me across the line as well. So, the challenge was to beat a 1 minute 30 lap time, and sort of inadvertently trying to beat each other's lap time, which I knew I was going to lose that one. I'm never going to win at Silverstone. There we go,
you never know.
There's the lap times. Well, we did it. We beat the...
We both beat the 130.
Yeah, we both beat the 130. You were a second quicker than me. I'm not surprised. I'm going to be honest with that result. I don't think anyone else is. Either. Okay, so that was a fairly short challenge. So we're going to move on. We're going to do another hot lapping challenge. This one from Erosion 91 with some Chrysler PT Cruisers. I'm just going to let people just laugh at Daniel's car now, get it out of the way, and I'll explain the challenge in a minute. Do we think they're done yet?
It was an interesting car. I looked at it on the storefront, because that is my thing. I go on the storefront, I buy a paint, and I saw that, and I thought, yes, that's like it. I'd like it, it's good.
Okay, so yes, this challenge again, it is a hot lap challenge around Tsukuba. Again, we're going to have 8 laps to do it. There isn't a lap time to beat this time round. We are just trying to beat each other. These cars, there are many words in the English language, none of which I think are appropriate to try and describe this car. It's just...
atrocious.
If anybody can come up with a word, please do leave it in the comments section. These things. And try and be intelligent about it as well. These cars.
I'm going to love this comment section. This is going to be brilliant.
Yeah, these are just ridiculous things. Anyway, yes, these are A-class cars. They have about 500 horsepower. From the camera angle back here, they still don't look any better. Dear God. These are A-class. They have about 500 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, weigh about 3,000 pounds. Also, don't stop very well, as we found out at the first corner.
I'm pretty sure they're standard brakes. Killed the cameraman twice.
Cameraman's not having a good day up there. I fell off. I still wasn't back on the road yet. There we go. I found the track again.
Killed the other cameraman there.
Yeah, there's 3 times in one corner. Poor camera people. No one's going to want to work for us.
This is not GTA. What is wrong with you?
You've spun it already. Things were going well in the first few corners around here. So yes, these are mental cars. Again, these aren't the silly setup ones. They haven't got stupid camber and stupid tow. You can actually put some power down, sort of. Was that me going sideways? Or was I just sliding across?
Yeah, that was you. Quite ironic that you said that and then you went sideways.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. Yeah, but you can put power down in these. You can drive them like a proper car. There are some differences. They are very, very low. And like properly seriously low, which is strange for Forza, and you don't normally have that. And cameraman's going to get a face full of Chrysler again. Yep. Well done. That first
corner. Pretty sure he died before he actually got hit because of the ugliness of the car. I think that was what killed him.
Yeah. So, what was I forgot what I was saying now as you hit the cameraman. Ride height, yes. These cars are incredibly low to the ground. It's strange for Forza, it doesn't normally have like that. That creates actually some of its own issues. Again, I'm not sure if it's the body kit. I've fallen off the road. Ignore that. That didn't happen. That was lag. Replays would be funny. I'm not sure whether it's...
Fair enough.
Yeah, completely and utterly. I'm not sure if it's the body kit that makes it look lower. I think the body kit helps make it look lower. But it does... So if you go around these corners, some of these are banked. This one here... It's more banked when you drive it than it looks on that replay. It looks very flat on that replay. And the final corner as well. They are sort of slightly banked. Now as you turn that corner, because this car is so low and the body kit is so stupendous, the sort of bodywork catches on the ground, which makes it a very weird handling around some of these corners. It's very hard to describe how it is. You can find this car on the guy's storefront. I'll put his name in the description. This car is still on his storefront, I believe, so you can go and have a go with it yourself. Paint it in silly colours if you want. So yes, this was an interesting drive. I'm going to be honest, as you fall off the road again.
I've fallen off the road there. Yeah, it wasn't. How I've summed up this car, really, it was a bad race car. That is the fact. It was just a bad
car.
Yeah, it's a terrible car in general, but it's a bad race car. But as a car, for turning corners and stuff, it can be done. It's not like a jelly car. It's not got ridiculous camber in and camber out. You can actually drive it. You can actually drive it properly. But as a race car, it's just terrible.
It's a usable vehicle. It's just not particularly good. While we're on the subject of this car, this body kit is on this thing. Is this a real one or is this a made? I googled
it.
You googled it. Insane pictures of these Chrysler.
You Google it, and there are some stupid pictures. You just think, what? I tell you now, it's all in America, isn't it? Why is it so popular in America?
I don't think it is particularly. I think it is people will modify whatever car they have because people are stupid. I have seen, to be honest, I have seen one modified Chrysler PT Cruiser in England. It was atrocious. This body kit, I don't know if it is a real one, as you found the wall.
There's a wall there.
Or if this is a fictional one. The amount of crap that Daniel found on the internet with these cars, it is quite possible this is a real body kit.
Photos.
And why you would do this to
just Google it.
Why would you own one of these
Chrysler
cars?
PT.
Yeah, Google this and see what stuff comes up. It's just insane. Why you would do this? To be fair, why you would own a Chrysler in the first place, I don't know. But why you would do this to one of these, it's already bad enough. Anyway, we go on to the final lap, and things were incredibly close. That was your lap over, pretty much.
That was my final lap. I just ballsed that up.
You screwed up at the first corner, so it was pretty much race over for you. Now, it was all down to me as to what I could do on this final lap. Now, I will point out, we had a little bet before we started this race. Whichever one of us loses has to drive their Chrysler PT Cruiser in the Tuner Tuesday challenge race, or one of the challenge races. Okay, so this is some high-stakes racing going on. These are A-class cars. They are perfectly eligible for it. Admittedly, they're quite low PI. So yes, whichever one of us loses this will have to drive this on, well, in fact today, in the challenge races.
Were high.
Yes, they were. I was hoping to win so that Daniel had to drive the pink Chrysler again, because I think that would be amusing. We come up towards the final corner. You can see there actually how the car sort of lifts up its front wheel. That's when the bodywork is kind of, or the rear is being weird. It's a weird handling car, very hard to describe. And there we go. That is me across the line. So, it is the moment of truth, really. Have a guess, people. That was
quite fun, actually. I enjoyed both the challenges.
It was. They were slightly different. They weren't the silly cars that we've had. It was a sort of a genuine driving challenge.
No, that's what I prefer.
Yeah, which is what you're good at. So, the lap times, they'll appear on the screen in a minute. There we go. There they are. I can't believe it.
Da-da!
That is 0.1 of a second difference in the lap times. I will point out on that final lap. Not a lot at all. I will point out on that final lap, to defend myself, I was actually 0.2 of a second up in the first sector. I screwed up somewhere in the middle of the lap and lost all of that time. So, yes, it is a sad day. I'm going to have to drive a Chrysler on Tuner Tuesday.
It's a brilliant day for me, because I get to watch you drive a Chrysler PT Cruiser. That's going to be fun.
Oh, dear. Well, there we go, everybody. That is it for this setup challenge. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, if you have challenges that you would like to send to us, send the message to my FailRace game tag. Say what car it is, what track it is on, and what the challenge is. And then put the car on your storefront. We will find it. We will download it. It will be a video at some point. Please leave your car on the storefront for a while so we can get around to it. However, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, goodbye.